Hey guys, Fred here, Lightspeed Construction. Up here in Sevier County doing a roof inspection on a home in a subdivision. I'll just go ahead and flip the camera around, kind of show you what I found. The first thing I noticed coming up on the main part of the roof was there was some areas that did look like hail damage. They were very sparse and few and far between, like they really scattered out. I'll kind of go show you what a couple. You got like these little round divots coming out of the shingles, and you can feel in the middle they feel depressed, like they're dented in. That's one way you can tell that it probably is hail. I would say it was a hailstorm with not too big of hail, and you know, every once in a while there was just one or two big enough to cause damage. Up here you got some nails that nobody caulked right here. Those need to be caulked. The roof is stained really bad, as you can tell by looking at it. It's black from all the algae on it. The roof is probably 15 plus years old. Lots of granule loss. There's another one. You know, you can feel it's indented right there. Another one here on the corner of that shingle, indented. And this is what spattering looks like, where a piece of hail hits and kind of knocks all the granules off around it. So I did check this part right here, and as you can see all the dents in this right here. So this has definitely been hit by hail. There's no doubt. One of the things I check is some thinner type of metal like this. As you can see, there's a big dent here, a bunch of little teeny dents, but a real big dent here, a real big dent right there. So the roof has taken on some hail damage. There's no joke. That's what that arrow was pointing to remind me to check that out. So you got that. This pipe boot looks like it's been sucked down in there. Let me zoom in on that for you. And then because of that, it's kind of wiggly. It doesn't really fit that. Looks like somebody had lifted up on the pipe and then dropped it back down, which pulled the rubber down in there. So it's not really creating a watertight seal around the edge. As you can see, there's a pretty good sized gap right there. And if I push it back this way, then there's a gap up front right there. So yeah, all these nails really need to be redone. You can kind of see there's a hole behind that one, all rusted. That one's all rusted. A couple holes right here. This one's rusted out. Another section is spattering. Down here on this lower slope, they really didn't stagger the shingles correctly. Those shingles should be basically staggered. Let me back up again. Staggered in a stair-stepping pattern. So you would have one here, then you would have one here, you would have one here, you would have one here, and that basically ensures that the entire roof basically locks together like one congruent unit. But that's not what they did. They basically just ran them in rows offset by 6 inches. So you got one here, one here, one here. You got one here, you got one here, you got one here, you got one here. So as you can see right there, when I lift up on this one, it lifts up on that one immediately above it, and then this one here. So that's not a good thing. So that can cause leaks, and it also can cause basically where you whenever you're nailing those nails in, you really don't know exactly where your nails are going to be when you stagger the shingles like this. So you end up with nails right at those unions. We'll hop back up on this roof right here. And there's a ton of debris back here, as you can see. Lots of algae, lots of moss growing. Lots of moss back in here as well, as you can see that. Oh boy. Oh yeah, this is all just coming apart back here. I'm sorry. Look at this. This is part of that the fascia board right there. Okay, let's see. There's a couple more. There's some spattering right here. Some more spattering right there. Actually, that one's dented in pretty good. And then let's go on this front side over here where I came up at. See, got a dent in right there. Another one here. You got one right there. You can see them better on these lighter shingles. You got one right there. Zoom in a little bit. Got another one right there. You got a couple more over here. One here, one there, tiny one there, some spattering right there. And then you got a couple more over here, like 3. Got a weird shaped one right there. Another one right here. Sorry, I'm not looking at the camera, I'm looking at this, so I keep getting off. There's another good sized one there. That one's questionable, but it could be spattering right there. That one definitely looks like a hail mark right there. So we'll hop to the other side. This side of the roof is definitely a lot darker. It's got a lot more algae on it than the other side of the roof. There's been a lot of wind on this side. There's been a lot of sections of shingles, basically switched out, changed from the wind, from wind ripping them off. There's one right there. It's like another one right here. Another one, some spattering right there. So I'm not sure if you can tell, but right where I got that marked at, this whole section right here has basically been swapped out. They're different shingles. So it's been a repair at one point. Same right here. Let me back out a little bit, maybe you can see it a little better. Really can't see it too good on the camera. See if I can adjust the lighting. You can kind of see a little better like that. These are just a little bit different of a color, and you can tell they go down on an angle right here. So same with these right here. This whole area right here has been swapped out for new shingles. Got a nail pop right there. Besides that, I mean, these shingles over here actually almost look like they were put on a different point. You can see this little shade line right here is kind of very small and pronounced. Over here on this side, it's more like a it's not really as prominent at all. Trying to find an area where you can actually see it. We'll go over here and look at these ones. As you can kind of see, they come down a little bit further on these than the other side. With that said, I mean, the roof is pretty old. There's a lot of granule loss on these shingles. You kind of get zoomed in here, I'll show you. There you go. So you can see all these little dots that are black. You shouldn't see those. You can see right there as well. It's definitely not in its prime anymore by any means. If you had not had gutter guards on there, you would probably see those gutters be halfway full of granules. So yeah, that's about all on this roof. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time, guys.